every time I see that video of the mountain bike, I think of you coming daredeviling down the path there. So keep up the good work on that front. So again, we're pleased that you're here. The purpose of today is to hit some of the high points of 2022, and that's the first year of our 5-year strategic plan. As you all know, we're coming off a previous one that started in 2017. We made a lot of progress. So we're going to tell you a few points this past year, but more importantly, where are we and what's happening in 2023 and moving forward. I would like to recognize a couple of individuals today. We have several of our board members that are with us today. So if you'll look at the screen, we'll direct your attention to the current board members. Murray Benton, James Best, Mark is with us as well, and then Kim Bridger has joined us. Brad Edwards, Lynn Fry, Stacy Gestrom, Roger Hurt, Robert Jones, Sam Lynn, Alan Morris, David Peacock, Greg Williams, and Linda Walford. This is certainly a team sport. You all have invested to move this community forward. These individuals work on your behalf to help shepherd and guide this process and really bring that strategic plan to life in their efforts of how we approach it. Next time, I will say, this time last year we were just kicking off our capital campaign, and the goal was to raise a little over $4 million to fund our strategic plan. Although they're not here with us, you can see Sam and Marilyn's picture here. You all know Sam and Marilyn well. They have committed their life and dedication to serving others, and specifically in this community. So when the call came to them, they stepped up to be part of this. We can't thank them enough for this effort, but more importantly, their unwavering commitment to advance Jonesboro and our region. So if you see them, if you want to shoot them a note, please do so at this point. I want to turn it over to Mark Young, the President and Chief Executive Officer of Jonesboro Unlimited, to give you a few highlights of what's happened this past year, and then where does he see the future going. Mark?
Good afternoon. Thank you all for being here today. I've always been grateful for the interest and support of our community that demonstrates interest in our economic development efforts. Year after year after year, you come and share your interest with us, and I'm so thankful for that. 2022 was a great year, and we're excited about 2023. Today, we'll share just a few of the accomplishments that were achieved during our first year of the new 5-year strategic plan. In our annual meeting publication, I mentioned the importance of having a plan and working the plan. Our strategic plan is our roadmap, and our team has been focused on successfully implementing that plan, your plan. Today, I'm pleased to announce that in 2022, our targeted industries created 576 new jobs with an additional $159 million in investment. For those of you who are keeping score, in terms of investment, that puts us just under $1 billion in the last 6 years. Quite an accomplishment. Give yourselves a round of applause because many of you were part of that. Pandemics, supply chain challenges, rising inflation have not halted our growth. Please know, as a business community, what you continue to do is greatly appreciated. 2022 shined a light on the backbone of our growth, our existing industry. With over 800,000 square feet of completed or near completed construction, our existing industries have continued to invest in Jonesboro. Each time an expansion occurs, it's almost as if they're picking Jonesboro for the very first time. Most of our companies have other choices that they could make, but they choose to invest here, both in our community and our people. That is very much appreciated and celebrated. A key to our growth will continue to be our ability to grow and recruit a talented workforce. Two foundation elements of our strategic plan that are centered around talent attraction were started in 2022. First, we focused on providing more and better information on our website, jonesborounlimited.com. If you've not been to the website, please do so and check out the new Living in Jonesboro section, which includes a cost of living calculator, a video series called Here and Invested, which provides testimonials from people that have moved to Jonesboro that share their experiences and data related to connecting young professionals with recreational opportunities, housing, and many, many other items. The section will continue to be expanded and improved as we seek to support all of our companies in their recruitment efforts. The second foundational item is the new and improved myjonesborojobs.com website. A partnership with the Jonesboro Regional Chamber of Commerce, our goal is for it to become the go-to for job seekers searching for jobs in Jonesboro. And in fact, since its launch in September, over 4,000 unique visitors have visited that site with over 17,000 visits total. It's a great start. If you're not participating, you need to. If you have questions, I would encourage you to contact Stephen Lamm so that he can help you with that process. A key to the success of the project will be the marketing effort associated with the site. Utilizing paid and social media, JU and the Chamber will continue to market the site to job seekers. The second round of targeted promotion begins next month as we identify and focus on students both inside and outside the region that are preparing for graduation. Simply put, these efforts are very important to growing our workforce. And speaking of our workforce, JU continues to implement our workforce development projects as part of a cohesive, intentional workforce development program. TechStar's Summer Manufacturing Camp will celebrate its 9th year of providing 7th and 8th graders a sneak peek into all the careers available locally in our STEM areas while nurturing a positive outlook toward manufacturing. Our Industry Educators Externship Program continues to provide teachers an immersive experience regarding career opportunities in manufacturing that they can then share with their students. Cricket County is recently recertified as an ACT work-ready community, which helps us demonstrate the quality and quantity of our workforce. In 2022, Jonesboro was selected as the only community to pilot the Be Pro, Be Proud Draft Day initiative. The event provided area students with technical and skilled training the opportunity to interview and interact with area employers. The event was a success, and I'm happy to say that plans are currently underway to host Draft Day 2023, again here in Jonesboro at Nettleton Public Schools. Last year's event was great. This year's will be even better. The programs mentioned and many others were recently acknowledged when Jonesboro was recognized as a trendsetter city by Arkansas Business for excellence in workforce development. Mayor, where's the mayor? Thank you for including us and our team in that process. We very much appreciate it. I'm fortunate that I have the privilege of working with an incredibly gifted group of people that love our community and work tirelessly to continue the work that we are discussing here today. In just a few minutes, you'll get to hear from Stephen Lamm, our Vice President of Economic Development, that will bring you up to date on a property project that will serve our community for years to come. You'll also hear from Craig Rickert, our Director of Communications, who will describe a branding project that is critical as we continue to tell our story to everyone who is willing to listen. Shelley Randall does a phenomenal job with all of our workforce development programs and with our existing industries. And last but not least is Donna Holt. Where's Donna? I've described her as the glue that holds us all together. None of our work could happen without her. So Donna, thank you for all your work. Last year, we were pleased to partner with the City of Jonesboro to commission a study of soft trail mountain biking. It was conducted by the International Mountain Biking Association. The study is complete, and the city is now putting into action many of the recommendations that were part of that study. For those of you who have become familiar with our strategic plan, you know that it's about more than the recruitment of jobs. It's about the factors that will ultimately support a thriving, vibrant economy. Business growth and expansion, workforce development and talent attraction, quality of place initiatives and infrastructure development, and branding and telling our story. Economic development is a team sport. We could not do it without your generous support, so thank you. We also have partners at the state level that are critical to our success. One of those partners wanted to say a few words. During COVID, Executive Director of the Arkansas Economic Development Commission, Clint O'Neal, became an avid disc golfer, giving him yet another reason to visit Jonesboro. Clint and his team continue to be great partners. Please pay attention to Clint. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Clint O'Neal. I'm the Executive Director of the Arkansas Economic Development Commission. I'll be in Jonesboro for a couple days starting tomorrow morning, so I appreciate you allowing me to join this event tonight by video. Jonesboro is a fantastic community. In addition to having one of the best disc golf courses in America, Jonesboro is well positioned for economic growth. Our team at the Arkansas Economic Development Commission has always appreciated our relationship with Jonesboro Unlimited, and having the ability to work with Mark, Stephen, Shelley, Donna, and Craig, such a great team in place as a professional economic development representation for the community of Jonesboro. In addition to the team at Jonesboro Unlimited and the Chamber, great leaders in the community, in the county, Jonesboro has all the ingredients ready for success. A great partnership with Arkansas State University, and all that means for talent attraction, for workforce development, to helping entrepreneurs succeed. Jonesboro is well positioned for growth in 2023 and beyond. So moving forward, you can count on our team at the Arkansas Economic Development Commission and the Arkansas Department of Commerce to be a good partner. When it comes to industrial growth, helping attract companies, supporting the companies that are in Jonesboro, and doing all the things that it takes to help Jonesboro be a great, thriving community that it is. Count us in to be a good partner. I hope you enjoy the event tonight. I hope they feed you well, and I look forward to seeing many of you tomorrow. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here. My name is Stephen Lamm. I'm the Vice President of Economic Development. I'm excited to share with you some important updates and present you with, I think, what will be a sneak peek at a vision of what could be. Because of the people in this room and others in our community, Jonesboro is a place that works hard to invest in itself. And as we've often told clients, we've been doing that for decades. We're blessed with community leaders who are doggedly committed to economic growth. And unlike many corners of our state, we have that unique mixture of resource allocation and coordinated ability. And those have propelled us to become the pillar of economic opportunity that we enjoy today. Like Mark likes to say, in Jonesboro, we don't sell from an empty cart. Each time we fellowship, I think it's important to communicate with you as JU investors, but also as community influencers. So you can leave this meeting and continue to share the good news. And for my portion of today's commentary, the good news is our industrial property and what could be. As all of you know, Jonesboro Unlimited has worked with partners to expand the industrial properties that this community has to offer. With the addition of over 600 acres that could be used for industrial development, what we call CTP South. This represents the second largest acquisition and expansion of our industrial park since it began. Take a short drive down Highway 18 and you'll see that Rickert Technology Park has always been something special, and we continue to believe that CTP South presents us with a tremendous opportunity to expand on that. When we talk about the Rickert Technology Park gaining attention, we mean it, and the merits and the quality of the park, and especially CTP South, were recently recognized by the Arkansas Economic Development Commission. JU and CTP South were selected through a competitive grant process to benefit from consultant-led site preparation. AEDC worked with engineering and site selection firm Burns & McDonnell to award 5 cities the opportunity to benefit from having these industry leaders work with us on our development instead of trying to pick us apart at the seams. Now, initially, we were excited to be recognized, but candidly, as we learned more about the selection, we were a little confused about how we could benefit from that process. The award included working with the consultants on determining things like site viability and utility capacity and wetland delineations. And frankly, for unprepared sites and unprepared communities, those are great ways to support. But we're neither unprepared in site or uncompetitive in community. I call that kind of the blocking and tackling of site development. And Jonesboro is just further along in that process than many of our peers. So through dialogue, AEDC worked with Jonesboro to develop something that we can deploy, to reinforce our marketing products, and also to guide the way we facilitate growth in our community. A master planned addition to the Rickert Technology Park through CTP South. Each of you here operate at levels of business where you appreciate the finite nature of some advantages and the urgency associated with capitalizing on them. And in many ways, JU, Rickert Technology Park, and CTP South represent one of our strongest advantages. But the truth is there is only so much quality land, so much capacity and prepared infrastructure, and what we have in bushels today, we also need to be stewards of for tomorrow. One of our concerns when working the projects we've seen over the past year is meeting each project's needs without negatively impacting the quality of the park or the organizations that are existing tenants. I can assure you that probably no one here wants their Cheetos to taste like galvanized steel. The common challenge is really, how can we use this competitive advantage to its best and highest purpose for the years ahead without wasting a single acre of opportunity? We are a community that isn't willing to sacrifice the flexibility that our investments have created. And at the same time, how do we develop in a really, really thought out way? For us, CTP South is great, but to many, it kind of looks like a bean field. I like to say that most communities think in every bean field is an industrial property without appreciation for the unique things it takes to make a great industrial property great. We hope that after seeing some more of the master planning items, you'll see the potential that blank canvas can transform into industrial potential. As JU investors, know that we might have the opportunity to locate a single tenant on CTP South. But if we don't, we're taking the steps necessary to take advantage of this resource for the years to come. The Burns and McDonald team Mark and I met with in Little Rock were incredibly impressed with Jonesboro and our sites. In fact, they indicated that we could become one of the A sites that they recommend to their clients. And recognition like this wouldn't be possible without the support of JU investors. So thank you for your support. Please continue to share the good news. And when you're in the community driving by our bean field, I hope that you can better imagine the industrial potential that we've got for the years to come. Thank you very much.
Liking what you see so far? Listen, thank you once again for your investments. As you can see, very exciting things going on in this town, and this is something that we are very excited to show you that we've been working on for a while now. As you know, one of the assignments we had to tackle in the first year of this new strategic plan was branding. Branding is a very loosely defined thing, and many of you have been part of this, trying to develop a brand for Jonesboro, not just Jonesboro Unlimited. This is a community branding process, and a lot of you were a part of that process through a survey, through steering committee, through public meetings, and we want to thank you for that. Now, the key to the process was to not only, like I said, get a new logo for Jonesboro Unlimited, but for the entire community, and we wanted to bring together some of our most visible and prominent groups to create this system that would show we know how to work together. Now, very often you will hear people say, they use the term talking about Jonesboro, they'll talk about silos. Okay, I have to tell you, I really dislike that term because a silo is selfish, a silo hoards, and a silo keeps to itself until it's time to sell the crop, and that is not who we are. I think if we take a good look at ourselves, we know we are not selfish. We do not hoard. We share. We work together. The fact we're here in this building together today shows us that we are not people of that mentality. And I mentioned a brand system, and we were guided through this process by Ben Muldrow from Arnett Muldrow out of Greenville, South Carolina. He brought together us, and we brought him in, so it was Jonesboro Unlimited, the City of Jonesboro, the Chamber of Commerce, the A&P Commission, and the Downtown Jonesboro Alliance to dedicate ourselves, along with a dedicated steering committee, to take us through this process that took several months to do. Now, if you haven't seen why we did this, I want to show you this. This is where we are coming from in this process. Come on, there we go. Take a look at this. Now, this is how, until now, we have shown ourselves to the world. Jonesboro and all those. But if you look at those logos, those brands, there's nothing about that that says these organizations graphically and visually work together. If you were to bounce around on the internet from website to website, there's not that visual thread or that connective tissue that really connects this quilt of Jonesboro, all these individual patches that have to be brought together by one great thing. So you take a look at that and you see that we had somewhere to go with this project, and we are excited to take this on. And we wanted to, come on pages, you're being sticky on me. We wanted to show that we have such a great history of collaboration, which we do. Once again, that's why we're here today. So after this process, here's where we stand now. Here are the new looks for these organizations. And you can see from the fonts and the colors and the logos, there is now that connective tissue, that stuff that shows, hey, this town is on the same page. They are working together. All these organizations are individual, but still that connective tissue is there. Each logo maintaining its own identity, yet sharing with others that shows that we know how to work together. And I'd like to point out the star in this. This is something we talked a lot about in the steering committee meetings. The star is really a great symbol. It stands for so many things. And I think it really tells a story about us. As I said, it's a symbol. You know, when you think about a star gives you direction. On a map, it stands for a capital. We're the capital of Northeast Arkansas. A star lights your way. A star is pure energy, okay? This is us. These are all the things that define us and all the things that we continue to want to be. Now, that is the look that we came up with. Now, we had to get a tagline. We wanted something that spoke to really who we are. And one of the most consistent things I know we have all heard before is whenever you talk to somebody who hasn't been here for a while, they always say, I can't believe how things have changed. Nothing in this town ever stands still. That is what we do here. We grow. So we came up with this, Jonesboro, always moving. Now, what's critical to note, this is not just some one-trick pony. This is a brand system, as we said, not just a logo. And this is something we're making available to everybody. I'll get to that in a second. But this is something that can be individualized to your companies, to your businesses. We want to see this everywhere. Just think what you could do with, if you have a coffee shop, always brewing, contractors, always building, healthcare providers, always healing. There's a way to incorporate this system into your marketing and PR and your backing of Jonesboro. And we're very excited to see what we can do with that as we continue to work together. Now, as I said, it's out there for anybody to use. It's right there on our website, and it's free. Go get it. Go use it. Go to our website. Right there at the top of the page, it says Branding Library. There you can download different types of files. You can get the fonts, and you can start incorporating these things into your marketing materials. Let them know that you're part of Jonesboro. I know you have community pride. Let's get that look out there. Let's get that connective tissue out there, as I like to say, to show people that, hey, no matter where I bounce around, the more often I see this, I know I'm part of something special, and I want to continue to be a part of something special, and it's really great to see, and I want to thank you guys for believing in this process and making it part of our strategic plan. And like I said, it's out there. If you have questions, please feel free to contact me, come by the office, let's talk about it, find ways to incorporate it into what you're doing, but this is where we're going, and we've got exciting things planned, more things to come to start seeing this in as many places as possible. And I want to thank the city, Mayor, Brian, your guys have been so great working on this, and we're going to do some really cool things to let people know that no matter where you look, no matter what organization you talk to and get with in Jonesboro, you're going to find this. You're going to find this look, and you're going to find that thing that says this is a town that knows how to collaborate, and that's something we can all be proud of. So thank you very much.
Thank you all for what you do on behalf of Jonesboro to make this the best place possible to live, work, and play. Y'all have a great day. Let's go to work. Thank you.